Hello everyone and welcome to week 5 of the PCL Season 2. Your New York Empoleon are struggling. There's no two ways about it. We are having a rough opening to the season. In fact, it has become the worst opening I've ever had to a season at 0-4. I apologize for last week's video, the lack of editing and everything like that. It was live streamed and I've been super busy this week and it's been a pretty rough week for me, so I didn't get a chance to really go in and edit it. So what I did is I just dumped the live stream and put it onto YouTube, and I didn't really have a team builder. I have one on my Twitch channel, but I didn't bring it over, so if you want to watch that, go to my Twitch channel. It's not highlighted out, so it's probably going to disappear after a couple weeks. But anyway, this week is another one of those weeks where I was going to battle over the weekend and the weekend got busy, so what I decided to do was ask if we could battle on a weeknight, and Serene Grace, my opponent, thank you so much to you. She said okay, but only if we battle after 11:30 Central Standard Time, and I said that's fine, I'll make it work. It's the only day I have free anymore, so we're gonna battle at 12:30 Eastern Time at the earliest. I don't know exactly what time yet, but so another one of those late battles. We're gonna see how that goes. So hopefully everything's cool and it works out and I get the same ending that I usually get over these late battles. But just a reminder, or just a heads up, this week we will not be screaming, we will not be super overjoyed. It'll be more subdued, it'll be more relaxed, and if I win or lose, it's going to be a little bit more chill. And maybe I should just take this league a little bit more chill because I've been having issues. Anyway, we are taking on the Chicago Shaymin-Sky, coached by Serene Grace, as I mentioned. Go check her channel out. Her link's in the description below. Her team is Scizor, Rotom Wash, Gardevoirite, Shaymin, Silvally, Hitmonchan, Naganadel, Mamoswine, Talonflame, Gigalith, and Mega Sableye, with Shaymin and Talonflame being her Z users. Really scary team. Great speed tiers. Things ranging from, you know, as low as 20 in Mega Sableye all the way up to 121 in Naganadel. So we've got to watch out for that. And she's got really good mixes in the middle there too, which I'm really worried about. Or actually 126 in Talonflame, excuse me. So she got some really good mixes in the middle there too, and I'm very concerned about that. But anyway, we're gonna start off with our Serperior. Serperior is going to be rocking out with Leaf Storm, Hidden Power, Fire, Dragon Pulse, and Substitute. If I can get a Leaf Storm off and get this thing in, it should be able to put in a lot of work against her team. Talonflame is the real hard stop to this, and I definitely need to have Talonflame dealt with or be willing to switch out. I've been really aggressive with like not switching out on things or like not calculating the dangerous threats here, and I really should change that. So I'm going to go slower this particular matchup. But Rotom Wash is a really good chance for me to set up a substitute. Can't Toxic me behind a sub, I outspeed it. Potentially, depending on the type of Silvally, that's a good chance for me to set up a substitute. Shaymin's not a bad option for me to set up a substitute. Shaymin Seed Flare can give me +2 defense, which would be like, or +2 special defense, which would be crazy. But really the hard stop to this is Talonflame, so I really have to watch out for that. But if I handle Talonflame early, then this thing can go to town. The reason that it can go to town is because of Rabombi, which is EV'd to outspeed everything that it naturally outspeeds, so everything but Talonflame on the team. It's got the Sash, it has Sticky Webs, which are huge for me this week. I need to make sure that I'm rocking those Sticky Webs, otherwise I am going to struggle if I don't use them effectively. Hidden Power Fire on this as well, mostly for the Scizor because that walls this otherwise, and Psychic for the Naganadel because it's weak to it and I outspeed it. And Bug Buzz didn't seem that important this week. Yeah, it hits the Shaymin a little harder than Hidden Power Fire does, but otherwise it was eh. Moonblast, I need to make sure this I actually do have Moonblast. I just realized I actually have Rabombi, which is what won me the last time, but I'm not wearing Quiver Dance. This is not a sweeping set. It's really just supportive. I know it has the moves that look like it might be able to sweep, and it can put in some work. It has a decent amount of special attack, but it is mostly going to be a supportive set. Sticky Webs just need to get up, and I need to figure out a way to keep them up. Isolate what has defog, and make sure this thing gets its webs up and keeps them there, because if it dies and I don't have webs up, Naganadel basically sweeps my entire team. Next up is my Infernape. Excuse me. We're going to go Adamant Nature this week with 152 speed, which is actually what allows me to either speed tie with a modest Shaymin or outspeed Rotom Wash every time, unless it's Scarfed. I went Blaze because I didn't really need to go with Iron Fist when I have no punching attacks. Close Combat, Gunk Shot, U-Turn, Flare Blitz with a Life Orb. This thing hits pretty much everything on his team super effectively. outside of the Naganadel. I could have run Earthquake. I thought about it, but I was like, this thing doesn't really handle Naganadel and doesn't really want to stay on it anyway. So unless I'm running Scarf, which I decided not to run, Life Orb just did that little chunk more damage that it needed to do. And again, like, yeah, he's got a Gigalith, but that doesn't want to switch into close combat. Sableye doesn't want to switch into a Flare Blitz. Like, nothing really wants to take a Life Orb hit from this thing. And if I get myself into Blaze range from like Flare Blitz, Life Orb recoil, I can get off one massive attack. And so I figured that this is going to be a pretty good set this week. It should help me to break down his core, and it also Talonflame just doesn't love switching into a Flare Blitz, a Life Orb Flare Blitz from the Infernape. It resists, but it doesn't appreciate it. Next up, we have Mega Gardevoir coming this week. Calm Mind, Hyper Voice, Psychic, and Encore. Encore is there for the Mega Sableye, maybe, as setup fodder. The Hitmonchan potentially, depending on if he goes for like a Rapid Spin. Shaymin, depending on what his move choice is there. We have enough speed on this to outspeed, we actually have very little speed on this, but it's enough to outspeed everything after Sticky Webs. So the 127 is the speed that I'm looking to hit, because that outspeeds Naganadel after Sticky Webs are up, and that's what this is going to hit after it Mega Evolves, since it does get that 20-point boost in its speed. Hyper Voice, it hits everything. Psychic hits the rest. It doesn't hit Scizor. It can't stay in on a Scizor anyway. And so that's what we're going to be rocking with. Calm Mind. If I can get one Calm Mind up, honestly, this thing can put in a ton of work. And it can take a hit if it needs to with a Calm Mind from the Ganadel. It outspeeds it if the webs are up, and I can Psychic. So that's what we're going to be rocking with the Gardevoir. Next up is Ross, the Diggersby. I'm thinking in the future I'll probably run a more defensive sets of Diggersby, but right now we're going to rock out with an offensive Choice Banded set, since it does put in a ton of work, and it hits that magical 127 number while being Adamant, which is absolutely amazing. So again, 127 outspeeds everything except Talonflame once the Sticky Webs are up, and potentially Rotom, but obviously those two don't get affected by the Sticky Webs, and I can't outspeed a Rotom anyway. Return. It looks great, this matchup. It's everything except Mega Sableye, super hard. It doesn't hit the Gigalith super hard, but both of those don't appreciate Earthquake. And Choice Banded U-turns, Choice Banded Quick Attacks are going to be really helpful this week as well to break down some things like Naganadel if it's at low health, like Rotom Wash, like Shaymin, depending on Silvally sets. It can really just break some stuff down and help me chip away at some Mons late game. And finally, we are going to be rocking out with a max physical defense, max HP Armaldo, Rock Slide, Rapid Spin, Stealth Rock, and Knockoff. Really wanted to run Earthquake for the Naganadel, but couldn't justify it. This thing is bulky. It is my Talonflame check. It is 100%, actually it's Talonflame counter if you want to count it as that. It can switch into Talonflame's attacks multiple times in the game. Brave Bird or Flare Blitz is a 3-hit KO after leftovers. It cannot be crit. Can be burned, but that's what it is. Talonflame if this thing comes in on Talonflame, I can set up my Stealth Rocks 100% for free, and then scout out where his defog is, and try to isolate that and kill it as quickly as possible so the webs can go up. I might just also set up webs like early in the game so that I can try to isolate his defogger again. That's sort of the plan. Rock Slide is there for that Talonflame. If I don't think he's going to switch out, if I think he wants to Will-O-Wisp or something, then I can just click Rock Slide and take out the Talonflame, which is again that one thing that really stops Superior. And Knockoff is just generally useful so that if I don't think the Talonflame is going to come in, or if this thing has to come in on something else, or if I'm expecting him to switch into Naganadel, or Hitmonchan, or Silvally, or anything, then and that Rock Slide's not going to hit as hard, then Knockoff might be able to hit them a little harder. And also just the utility of Knockoff is amazing. So that's the squad this week. A little bit strange of a squad, and I'm a little bit quieter. Just a reminder, I'm doing this battle super late. Thank you so much to my opponent, Serene Grace, for being willing to do that, because I had to make some rescheduling. Some stuff came up, guys. Real life is happening, so bear that in mind. I guess, yeah, that's it for now, so I will see you guys back here in a second with that battle. Alright everyone, here we are. It is nearly 1 o'clock in the morning, which is easily the latest we've started one of these battles. But I mean, here we go. So, looks like we predicted pretty much everything correctly. We put on the Gardevoir instead of the Mega Sableye, but otherwise, I could only find the GIF of the shiny Mega Sableye Sprite. So that's what we're rocking with now. But otherwise we got everything right, which is terrifying because those were all the mons I was literally the most afraid of. But okay. I think Mega Sableye is honestly, arguably, potentially... Oh my god, is that how this is gonna go? I can't have another 50 Scarf incident. But, let's see. I want my webs. She's got Defog on Rotom, Magic Bounce on Sableye, Defog on Talonflame, on Scizor, but I want my webs. I think the best lead is going to be Diggersby. It's going to be Diggersby. I can't lead with webs right now, because if I lead webs, she's going to counter a webs lead. She knows that I want webs. So Talonflame, Naganadel, Mega Sableye, yeah. Something that's going to stop me from setting up webs. Mega Sableye may be the most obvious. Although that doesn't want to take a Moonblast, to be perfectly honest. But good luck to my opponent, Serene Grace. Again, if you haven't seen her channel before, go check it out. And Shaymin, oh my god, why am I suddenly so cold? Oh, this is going to be interesting. Alright, Shaymin and Talonflame are the two possible Z users, so let's not forget about that particular option. Yeah, there's the Sableye. As potentially expected. Now she has to Mega Evolve first turn, which means she doesn't get Prankster, which is great. Earthquake kills this thing. U-turn's doing about 70%. Just kidding. Oh my gosh. Just kidding. That's a massive just kidding. That was like non-Mega Evolve. Alright, we're gonna click U-turn. There's a Mega. Alright. Now, do I think he's gonna go Willow? Oh my gosh, why is my thing not even close on his HP bar? Oh, you got the Fake Out. Okay. Sure. Okay, so the Sableye had Fake Out. It's not what I was anticipating right there, but it's all the same to me. Let's just make sure that this bar is back on the slot it's supposed to be on, and I don't get any hidden 1 HP survivals going on, because that was terrifying in the finals of the ICBA, but he's not going to outspeed me. Earthquake has a chance to OHKO depending on the spread. I don't like those odds. I don't like chances here, since Willow is so free, and that is physically defensive, so there's no way Earthquake would have killed, which is a good thing I didn't go for it. Now Willow's free. I can go into Gardevoirite, which gets Magic Bounce before I Mega Evolve. Yeah, I think that's the play. Since she stayed in, and I now have Magic Bounce, I don't know what he's going to go for, this Sableye. I keep saying he. I'm playing a sheep, but Sableye's a he. Toxic, Magic Bounce, bounce Tox back. Haha! That worked out well. I had no idea what would interact with Magic Bounce interacted with Magic Bouncing Magic Bounces, but it works for me. Now I can Mega. I don't think setting up is worthwhile right now. I can also not Mega and switch out, since I expect the Sableye to switch out into the Scizor. Do I want to just make that read and go into Infernape here? If she goes for another Toxic, then Infernape's gonna get worn down so fast between Toxic and Life Orb. Okay. I don't know why I'm suddenly so cold. Like I wasn't cold before I started battling, and now I'm freezing. Because she's gonna go Scizor here. That's the only switch in, which means I can just go hard Infernape. Since I have no real switch into Scizor, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go into Infernape. Keep my Magic Bouncing Gardevoir around. Shadow Claw. He stayed in? Okay, she stayed in. My gosh, I need to stop that. That's me being just Idiot. She decided to stay in with the Sableye. I mean, this is a free Flare Blitz. If the Rotom comes in, I just U-turn. Or close combat. I don't see it drop back to that play. Mega Sableye dies to a Flare Blitz here. And if she lets this thing go down, that's fine. Or I can U-turn, but then it survives, and that's just annoying. So, just kill what's in front of you. I learned my lesson. I could have taken it out with the Gardevoirite, but she got free damage on the Infernape, which isn't great. So, Infernape kills Mega Sableye with Flare Blitz. And she sees my Life Orb. That's Talonflame. Now I expect her to just try to Brave Bird me. I'm not letting Infernape go down right now. She could have a Z-move. Z-move would be the worst case scenario. Just goes for a U-turn. That's fine. There was no chance there's no reason to predict that there. Armaldo's safe. Rotom Wash comes out to face down my Armaldo. Hydro Pump can kill me. So I can go Superior here if I don't think she's going to Toxic. I don't think she's going to Toxic. She hasn't been playing like she's going to Toxic. Hydro Pump. Okay. That did a lot. That did more than I wanted it to. This is a free sub, honestly. This is a free substitute. If it goes for Toxic, if it goes for the Toxic, perfect. Light Screen. Terrifying. Not ideal. Okay. Do I think you're Light Clay? Well, I'm gonna Leaf Storm. I don't really lose anything by fleeting Leaf Storm here. Substitute's gonna help. Rindo. Okay. This is gonna do literally nothing. You can miss a Hydro Pump. That actually still did like 30%, which is pretty wild. Through the window, through the Light Screen. Goes for Light Screen again. That might have been a misclick. I'm assuming that was a misclick. I'm gonna click Leaf Storm again. Land it, which is great. It's at +2 now, so it's neutral, so it should kill, and it does. We know that so Superior kills Rotom Wash with Leaf Storm. We know that she has, so now I'm at +4, which means I'm at +2 with the Light Screen. I think there's 2 turns of Light Screen left. I have Hidden Power Fire for the Scizor. Shaymin probably stops me from sweeping right now. I do about 50% to a Shaymin. I can Hidden Power Fire here. Bullet Punch definitely breaks the substitute, but that's okay. I can't sweep this thing anyway right now, so I'm not afraid to switch it out after this. It's not Octoberry, so that should die. So Superior kills Scizor with Hidden Power Fire. I can't stay in on the Ganondorf, and I can't stay on the Talonflame. Talonflame, I just go out to Armaldo. And the Ganondorf Panic. Is that Talonflame? Yeah. No, I can't stay in. It's just Armaldo. If she goes for the Z move, Armaldo might die, but not. I mean, it'll die to 2, like the Z move and then the follow-up hit. But I'd rather that than anything else. And then just take Brave Bird Recoil, and I don't know. I don't really know how to kill a Talonflame, to be honest. I don't really have an answer to it in anything. I mean, Z Brave Bird, if it's Adamant, is doing 60%. I expect it to be Jolly, just regular Brave Bird. We're gonna get some scouting on this. That's Jolly. That's 100% Jolly, which is great. There goes the light screen. I can set up my rocks. Which I think I should do. Or I can knock off. I'm gonna set rocks up. Since 50% to Talonflame is 50% to Talonflame, and honestly I just need that 50% to Talonflame. There's the Shaymin. Armaldo is my Talonflame response. Shaymin. How do I break Shaymin? I don't have Bug Buzz. I can go Superior. If she goes Seed Flare, that's fine. I don't think he gets any coverage for Superior. Let me look at Shaymin really quick. Hidden Power Ice would be probably the best. You get Air Cutter. You don't get Air Slash if you're not dead. Oh, you do get Air Slash. I think Superior is still the best switch in. It's not going to sweep. I mean, the Pokemon that are left are the Pokemon that Superior can't handle, to be honest. So, preserving it's not that important. There's the Seed Flare. Give me +2 Spadef. I'll take that. No. No Spadef. I think I set up a substitute here. Because then I get an attack off on whatever she goes into. Yeah, I'm going to set up a substitute here. I don't know what you're going to go for. Maybe Air Slash. Seed Flare. Connects it. Does that break my sub? Yeah, it does break my sub. I could go for another sub here. Hoping she'll miss the Seed Flare. Hidden Power Fire is doing like 40% of this. I am going to go for a sub here. I am going to go for a sub. Quick Attack. Does that put me in range where I can't put a substitute? Wow. Quick Attack. I love the tech right there. I love that tech right there. Alright. Another one doesn't quite kill. So I just hit Hidden Power Fire here. And yo, the Aka Berry. The Aka Berry pops. This is wild. Alright, so no recovery for you. Quick Attack's not going to kill me from here. I mean, you can just insist, but I can just Hidden Power Fire again. You're going to go for a Seed Flare. There's really no drawback play for you. That does a lot. That was a crit. Earth Power. Expect me to switch out? Do I live that? I live that. Now you Quick Attack, though. Now you Quick Attack. Do I play off that? Or do I just let Surf go down? I mean, Surf can't really do anything else. It doesn't outspeed the other two Pokemon. So yeah, I just let Surf go down, I think. It gives me a safe switch into Infernape, and then I can U-turn. There's a chance this Shaymin outspeeds my Infernape, actually, technically. There isn't a chance that it outspeeds my Rebombi. And Moonblast kills it from there if it's not defensive. What does Diggersby do? Quick attack also can kill from there if it's not defensive. Can, being the operative word there. Although quick attack seems way more important than webs at this point in the game. How much does Hidden Power Fire from Rabombi do? A little bit less than Moonblast. I know you're clicking quick attack. I don't really want to switch out though. I don't think that's worth it. So Shaymin, a little superior with quick attack. I love that tech right there. So as much as I value webs, I think I have the answers left, since Talonflame can't 1v1 my entire team, such that if I go into Infernape and she outspeeds me, then I'm in trouble. Infernape will outspeed a modest Shaymin, but not a timid Shaymin. I could go for webs here. There's really nothing... I mean, Synthesis is stopping me from going for webs here. If she goes for Synthesis, I have to go for webs. But I have to click Moonblast the first turn. Moonblast, if it's not defensive, does 38 to 45%. Quick attack, so she can break my Sash. And I do take out the Shaymin. So Rabombi kills Shaymin with Moonblast. Now, Naganadel comes out. Are you Scarfed? I guess if you're Scarfed, I don't fear you as much. Okay, if you Scarf yourself into Sludge Wave, or Flamethrower, and you get +1 in special attack, you still don't kill Diggersby. And if you're not Scarfed, I outspeed you. I can click Psychic here. So it's Scarfed into Sludge Wave. So, that's okay, honestly. What is your Beast Boost in? Special attack, probably. Yeah. So you're Scarfed into Sludge Wave, and at +1, you don't kill Diggersby. Which means return is 100% free. Because it kills the Talonflame, or it kills this. And if this thing comes back in and scarfs itself into any Dragon-type move, then Gardevoire's still alive. And if this thing somehow manages to get like a super mega crazy crit, then we're screwed. Game over. But this shouldn't kill, even at +1. Yeah. Does get the poison, of course. But... oh, wow, that's bulky! That's bulky, okay. Then I need to preserve this thing. Of course they get the poison. Okay. Knowing that return did that little, what do you even have to be in order for return to do that little? Oh, I forgot to make this thing love me. Okay. I forgot to make this thing love me. Oh no. This is what I get for battling like late at night and jetting this team in like 3 hours before. I forgot to make this thing love me. I should have clicked Earthquake. Oh my god. It's scarfed into Sludge Wave though. What can we do with that information? What does Armaldo take from +1 Sludge Wave? Oh, like 40%? It might 2-hit KO if I'm at 136. It's gonna cost me the game here. It's a good chance of 2-hit KOs. Then I have to go back into our, this thing and go for... No, I think Diggersby can still do it. I don't think you're actually as bulky as I thought you were. I just think Return had like 50 power. Yeah. So Quick Attack should still kill it. Okay. So then I go into Infernate, which does nothing for me at this point, and sack it. And then come back into Diggersby. 100%. That's fine. It just means Naganadel gets a free kill here, but Naganadel kills Ribombee with Sludge Wave. Naganadel kills Infernate with Sludge Wave. Yep. The poison is annoying, but I think we survive it enough turns without rocks or anything. And I can just quick attack twice in theory, since the Gale Wings doesn't work the way Gale Wings used to work. So we're fine, I think. Oh god, this should kill. It's not that bulky of a. It's not a bulky Naganadel. Even bulky Naganadel dies to a Return if it's at max strength. So since I'm choice banded, but this should kill. Okay. So like of course I got poisoned. That makes this more stressful. Diggersby kills Naganadel with Quick Attack. And then Talonflame's gonna take 50% here. And then I could click Quick Attack again. And if it fails to kill, then Armaldo should be able to take any one hit. But it should kill. Thank God Gale Wings doesn't work the way it did in Gen 6. So Diggersby kills Talonflame with Quick Attack. And not remembering happiness almost cost me a game. Which is what it's the curse you run for playing a Pokemon that uses Return, and I thought about it, I was like, I need to do happiness, and then I got this team genned in at 9 o'clock, and then I'm battling it at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I forgot to do it in that time. I had plenty of time, my fault. Would have been my fault if I lost the game right there. But we were able to play around it, we were able to make it work, so thankfully, whew, I mean, I could have just clicked EQ there if I remember that Return it wasn't maximized, and EQ to kill the Naganadel, and then I switched out, and then I came back in on the Talonflame, and was able to quickly attack. But yeah, that's good game to Serene Grace. Thankfully, we have ended our 4-game losing streak here in the PCL. Not a moment too soon, I think, trying to get ourselves back into this. Man, I should play more games at 1 o'clock in the morning. Apparently, I have a pretty good track record of it. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys back here again next week as we continue our PCL season and hopefully get ourselves back towards a 500 record. We have a long road ahead of us, but we have a 12-week season. We're only in week 5, and so if we win the rest of them, hey, that's 8-4. That's all I'm saying. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm sorry for the quiet. I'm sorry for last week being a little bit weird, but hopefully next week will be more normal. Again, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, everybody.